Great to have you back. The show is still Political Spectrum, reaching you live from the beautiful hills of Ibiakuran. Yeah, right about now we're diving into the situation of the day. And we all know that the build-up for into 2023, it's in top gear, and of course women are fighting for a spot in the face of Nigeria, and of course they want to take up more leadership roles and leadership positions. And of course top of our concern today has to do with the turnout bill of gender equity bill, which was sponsored by Senator Bimbo. And of course I've been joined in the studio to talk about it, to engage some men, a political analyst and of course a geopolitical analyst in the person of Mr. Gabriel and of course Idori. So good to have you guys here.
Thank you.
Women have been talking with themselves for quite a while now. It's time to hear from the men's point of view. I'll start with you, Mr. Gabriel. Why do you think it's difficult to have women fully represented in all aspects of governance?
Why it's difficult?
Yeah.
You see, politics actually, the interests in Nigeria politics are tedious, time-consuming, and most time indecent. So, especially if you are the type that have to go to elective offices, it is time-consuming for an average woman to actually accommodate. So, you most likely have few of them in the political scene because of our African culture too, because most of the activities in the political scene are not favorable to the female counterparts based on our cultures. Most time political meetings are held in the night, and an average woman who is married may not be able to accommodate it on a regular basis. And politics, what you put in is what you get. So if you are not actually involved to a certain extent, greater opportunities cannot be given to you.
Now, one of the features of that bill was to get to see that women have the right to be married and not to be married. And also that pregnancy is being decided upon by a woman, not like it's compulsory like the husband deciding on it. Do you think that could also be a push if that bill manages to sell through, because Senator has rightly said that that bill is not going to die out just like that.
The bill actually has died off. The bill has been withdrawn.
She said it has not died off.
It has withdrawn. You see, the intent of the bill cannot say in our tradition, in our setting, it will not work. You see, first you look at the percentage of the female counterpart at the national level. How many male will actually buy into it? That the male counterpart, who is the husband, will not determine how to give birth, or what is actually strange to our culture, or a lady who is not married who just decide to have a baby, we just a surrogate in regard to that, and that is actually alien to our culture, so it will not actually say true.
I hope so.
Yes. I think I think the problem I'm seeing here is when you want to sponsor a bill, look at the culture, the traditions, and the norms of the place that you want the bill. You want the bill to become a law here, and you want me to believe that as a senator, if I'm a senator of the Federal Republic, I should stay in the Senate and see you bring a bill that my wife will now have to decide if she will give birth to a child for me, or that is. I'm not in control of that. I just get married. Okay, that means you want me to sign to a bill that either my son or myself can get married to a woman, and the end she said I don't want to have a child. I say it's okay, it's our law. That law is alien here. It's not possible here. And you want to tell me that, or I will now say my daughter grows up and now say, Daddy, I'm not going to marry. And I say, okay, baby, don't marry because that's our law. For God's sake. So there are some bills. We should advise our representatives in the Senate and House of Reps, or anywhere, the legislature itself. When you want to do a bill, consider the culture, the custom, and the traditions of the place. You can't have it here. It's going to take decades, if not even decades, centuries, for you to be able to now be for you to allow our people to degenerate to the extent of accepting whatever you bring to the, because I call it degenerate to that, and I don't think it's possible.
Now you keep saying alien, alien. The Nigerian constitution actually gives freedom of association, freedom of rights. I mean, individuals pretty much have rights to everything, male or female. So if you say your daughter comes to tell you, I don't want to have a child, that's a right. So how is that an alien to the Nigerian
Let us discuss that in a family level. You don't allow that to become a law that an average child, my child now, my friend's child, anybody can just start up and say the constitution now maybe quotes a section this of the constitution protects me if I don't want to have a child. Or maybe I now say, okay, I want to marry, I want to have children. I now went to marry a woman, and now the next thing I said, baby, it's time to make children. He now told me, baby, section 1, subsection 3 of the constitution says that I can decide you don't have a child. Okay, I'll have a child for you when you are 80 years. And I now say, okay, baby, thank you. Our law protects you. So is it if I say it's aliens, is that normal?
Well, I'll put a pause to it there, and we'll go on a short timer. When we return, Political Spectrum continues. Stay with us.